You squeeze out your moisturizer, layer on your sunscreen, and within an hour, your face is greasy, white, stinging, or all three. That's not sensitive skin. That's a failed formula. Right now, the sunscreen sitting in most American bathrooms is built on UV filter technology, the FDA last approved in 1999. Not updated, not improved. Frozen in place for over 2 decades, while Korean labs move generations ahead in formulation science, barrier protection, and ingredient delivery. Today, I'm breaking down 5 Korean skincare brands with 0 class action lawsuits, 0 formaldehyde-releasing preservatives, and formulations built on technology the U.S. legally cannot use yet. These aren't trendy picks. These are the brands dermatologists, cosmetic chemists, and formulators keep coming back to. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 5 brands are worth building your entire routine around and why most of what's in your bathroom right now can't compete. Starting with why Korea is decades ahead in the first place. 3 things separate Korean skincare from everything else on the market, and none of them are marketing. First, the formulation philosophy. Korean brands build every product around the skin barrier. Even when they're targeting acne, hyperpigmentation, or congestion, the approach is gentle first, effective second. Western skincare does the opposite. Strip it, burn it, treat the damage later. That's why so many people cycle through product after product and never see improvement. They're fighting their own skin barrier the entire time. Second, the price. Korea has massive centralized manufacturers that handle production for dozens of brands simultaneously. Shared research, shared infrastructure, shared cost. That means clinical-grade formulas at drugstore prices. You're not paying for one company's entire R&D department. You're paying for the formula itself. Third, and this is the one that should genuinely frustrate you, the technology gap. The last UV filter approved by the FDA was in 1999, over 25 years ago. Korean, Japanese, and European brands use next-generation filters that American companies legally cannot access. The US didn't fall behind. It stopped moving entirely. That's the gap. Now here are the 5 brands exploiting it better than anyone else, starting with number 5. Number 5, Numbers In. Most people have never heard of this brand. It doesn't have the TikTok virality or the influencer machine behind it, but it has 2 serums that quietly outperform products at 3 times their price, and the ingredient list shouldn't be possible at this cost. Start with their vitamin C serum. This isn't a single pathway formula. It delivers 3 forms of vitamin C, glucoside, ascorbic acid, and 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, plus sea buckthorn as a natural 4th source. 4 vitamin C delivery systems in 1 bottle. The texture is a heavier gel, unexpectedly moisturizing, not the thin, watery consistency most vitamin C serums default to. 1 to 2 pumps covers the entire face, and within a month of consistent use, skin tone visibly evens out. Over 300 Amazon reviews sit at a 4 out of 5 rating. The only trade-off is a faint citrus scent from lemon peel, lime, and orange peel oils. Subtle enough that it's not a deal breaker, but worth knowing before you buy. Then there's the number 7 Mild Green Soothing Serum, and this is where the brand gets interesting. The base is mugwort, Centauris asiatica, camellia, and eggplant. Solid anti-irritation profile on its own. But the standout ingredients are tremella mushroom and shiitake mushroom. Mushroom extracts function like hydration sponges, pulling and holding moisture at a level most standard humectants can't touch. 1 pump, full face coverage. If you've overdone it on retinol or gone too hard on chemical exfoliants and your barrier is screaming, this is the Reset Serum. It won't erase redness overnight, but as a calming and healing step, it's exceptional. Numbers In gives you 2 targeted serums punching way above their price. But the next brand built its entire reputation on something most companies don't even attempt: proprietary ingredient delivery technology. Number 4, Haru Wonder. This brand was built around a single proprietary system called Ultra Deep Delivery Technology, and it turned their original black rice toner into one of the most recommended products in KBeauty worldwide. That toner targets hyperpigmentation at a depth most surface-level formulas can't reach. It's still a universal recommendation, still the foundation of this brand's credibility, and still the reason people trust everything they release after it. But their newest launch is the one that earns them this spot. It's the Centella 3% PHA Gentle Liquid Exfoliating Toner, and it solves a problem most people fight every single day without understanding why nothing works. Blackheads, whiteheads, and skin texture that refuses to smooth out. Here's what's actually happening inside your pores. Sebum gets trapped, dead skin caps it in place, and the plug just sits there growing. When that plug gets exposed to air, it oxidizes and turns dark. Same process as an avocado turning brown on your counter. That exact reaction is happening inside your pore. That's your blackhead. The active ingredient here is gluconolactone, a PHA, which is the gentlest class of chemical exfoliant available. Safe for daily use. It slowly dissolves the dead skin layer sealing sebum inside the pore, breaking the cycle at the source instead of just scrubbing the surface. Think of it as a gentler version of Paula's Choice 2% BHA, but more hydrating than either that or the Peach and Lily toner. But Haru didn't stop at exfoliation. They added a patented anti-sebum P ingredient that controls oil production at the pore level, preventing congestion from rebuilding after you've cleared it. On top of that, evening primrose flower extract targets hyperpigmentation, so you're getting pore clearing and dark spot fading in the same step. All of that for $28. Haru gives you clinical exfoliation without the aggression. But the next brand was designed from the ground up for the skin type most companies treat as an afterthought, acne-prone and sensitive, and the philosophy behind it changes everything. Number 3, Peacock. This is the newest name on the list, and it's the one most people will scroll straight past based on packaging alone. That's a mistake. Because this entire line wasn't adapted for sensitive skin as a marketing afterthought. It was engineered for acne-prone and reactive skin from the very first formula. Most Western acne brands answer breakouts the same way. Salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, aggressive drying agents. Strip the oil, nuke the bacteria, deal with the irritation later. And for millions of people, the result is skin that's simultaneously dehydrated, inflamed, and still breaking out. The treatment becomes the problem. Peacock answers that question the Korean way. Calm the skin first, strengthen the barrier second, then clear the congestion from a position of stability instead of chaos. You're not choosing between clear skin and healthy skin. You're getting both built into the same step. That philosophy sounds simple, but almost nobody executes it at this level. The fact that a line designed specifically for the most reactive skin types is generating near zero irritation reports says more about the formulation quality than any ingredient list could. When people with skin that reacts to everything report no reaction, that's not luck. That's precision. Peacock is still early. It doesn't have the catalog depth of the brands above and below it on this list. But it's built on the same centralized Korean R&D infrastructure. And what it's doing for acne-prone skin right now, most Western brands haven't figured out in decades. Peacock is solving the breakout barrier contradiction. But the number 1 brand on this list didn't just solve it. They built an entire product ecosystem around it, created the sunscreen that broke the internet, and they're still not done. Number 1, Beauty of Joseon. The single most talked about Korean skincare brand across every platform. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and for once the hype is backed by science, not influencer deals. Beauty of Joseon isn't making one good product. They're building an entire ecosystem where every item follows the same principle. Gentle, effective, affordable, and ingredient transparent. That's why they sit at number 1. It starts with the product that broke the internet, the Relief Sunrise and Probiotic Sunscreen. SPF 50, glowy finish, disappears on application, zero white cast, doesn't pill, doesn't sting. You blend it in and it's gone. This is the sunscreen that made millions of people realize what they'd been settling for, and it became the benchmark against which every other Korean sunscreen is now measured. But it's their second sunscreen that shows why this brand operates on a different level. The Matte Sunstick with Mugwort and Camellia was developed in collaboration with Ramon, a cosmetic chemist, product developer, and YouTube creator. Not an influencer hired for reach. A formulator who understands ingredient science. That distinction matters. The mattifying effect comes from silica, which absorbs shine and visibly blurs pores on contact. Underneath that, you're getting mugwort, camellia, green tea, eggplant, and aloe extract. In real-world use, it eliminates the need for setting powder entirely. It doubles as a makeup primer under CC cream or foundation. And if you're out with no makeup and just need to degrease and reapply sun protection midday, this single product handles all of it. But here's the detail that separates informed use from wasted product, and this comes directly from Lab Muffin. A single swipe of any sunstick delivers roughly SPF 10 to 15, not 50, not even close. To get the full SPF 50 protection printed on the label, you need a minimum of 4 complete passes. Most influencer demos show 1 layer and call it done. That's not sun protection. That's a content shot. 4 layers minimum. Remember that. Best for oily and combination skin, especially the T-zone. But Beauty of Joseon doesn't stop at sunscreen. Their Red Bean Refreshing Pore Mask sits at $20 and delivers visible results every single use. The base is kaolin clay, the gentlest clay type, effective across all skin types without overdrying. Red Bean brings natural saponins that absorb excess sebum while lightly exfoliating at the same time. Pear fruit extract, apple leaf extract, and strawberry fruit extract round out the formula, and the texture is unlike any clay mask you've used before. No stiffness, no cracking, no pulling. It's soft, flexible, and it washes off to visibly brighter skin every time. Then there's the Red Bean Water Gel, 44% red bean extract plus 3 types of peptides actively strengthening the skin barrier. The consistency sits between a serum and a cream, hydrating without adding weight or oil. If you have oily or combination skin and every moisturizer you've tried either congests your pores or disappears in 20 minutes, this is the formula that finally threads that needle. That's why Beauty of Joseon earns #1. It's not one hero product carrying the brand. It's the full system: sunscreen, primer, treatment mask, daily moisturizer, all built on the same philosophy. Consistent quality, transparent ingredients, accessible pricing, and zero reliance on hype to move product. The formula does the talking. All 5 brands share the same DNA. Barrier-first formulation, clinically relevant ingredients, no controversial preservatives, no class action lawsuits, and prices that don't punish you for choosing better. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when an entire industry is built on science instead of marketing. You don't need a 15-step routine. You need the right brands behind the steps you already take. Swap the sunscreen, swap the serum, swap the moisturizer. 3 changes, and your shelf goes from working against you to working for you, Vaz. And the same research that shows Korean formulation technology is decades ahead also exposes what most Western drugstore brands are still doing. Outdated UV filters, aggressive sulfates, and irritating preservatives all marketed as care. That breakdown is coming, and when it drops, you'll want to see it first. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell because this is exactly the kind of video that gets buried if you're not watching for it.